Hi there. This is a lamp I bought at a thrift store. So it's like $6.99 Canadian there. Um, it's a wooden lamp. I like carving wooden stuff. What can I say? um, this lamp, it's always good to see, look for stickers of where it was made. So this lamp was made in Poland. Um, Made in Poland. I'm thinking that this is, to find out what type of wood it is, just um, Google popular wood in Poland. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So I'm thinking it's maple. When I first got it home and I looked at it, I'm like, oh man, it's that particle board. So you have to be careful that, like when you buy these, that it's not just wrapped with veneer and then the inside's particle board. Because if you look at the end grain there, this kind of looks like particle board. But then once you go into the inside there where that wire is, I can see there's actual wood grain. So this is wood. And I'm thinking that there's a good chance it's maple. Um, Maple's my least favorite wood to carve. Maple sounds beautifully. It's a beautiful wood, but it's my least favorite wood to carve. It's hard. It's usually fuzzy. So, anyways, this is what we got. Now, I'm just I'm still under the weather. I got the flu bug. I'm just showing you guys my tips and tricks, what I do and how I think. Now I can see this was obviously glued together in pieces. Like there's a piece here. Let's see on the back. There's another piece glued. Oh no, maybe it's two pieces. Yeah, so there's one piece here, then there's one piece here, and it's glued up right there, the seam. So it's unfortunate that the plug is in the back where you see the glue seam. So if you get a lamp like this, you could make it just some nice stuff on it. You can make it like a mosaic or whatever it's called, or what's that friggin' other term for abstract kind of art. But I think this would probably be a good one for a wizard. And I'm going to try my best to hide that glue seam. That's why I wouldn't suggest trying to make this one just nice and smooth and clean lines, because you will see that glue seam there. And they kind of, just personally, it just kind of, it's like, for when you see the seam here, it just kind of drives me nuts a little bit. And that's just my own pet peeves, maybe not some of your guys's. So I think normally what I do is I take all this stuff off, this light fixture stuff, but I don't want to do it on this piece. It just seems like it would be too much effort to do that. But yeah, I do have another light set downstairs for a lamp that I was going to carve. Maybe I could just cut this and pull it all out, because it's a lot easier to carve your piece when you don't have this wire hanging around. Like I'm going to wrap this wire up and tape it up so it's tight here. It's like a little wire thing, but it's nice to have it so this stuff's not around and it's just a clear piece of wood. Anyways, all right. So you can see I got the wires taped up here. Sooner or later, you're probably going to hear me. Here's a warning for language. You're probably going to hear me swear, because this is going to get in my way sometime sooner or later. But just like right now, it's getting in my way. I can't lay this flat down. So I kind of got a wizard hat drawn on here. This is for fun. Like, if this doesn't turn out, it's not a big deal. It costs this thing costs $7, and you got all the attachments. I did order a light shade off Amazon. I'll show you. That's not here yet, so it'll be here in a couple days, I think. So I won't be able to make this video, edit it tonight, make it public. So here's the hat. I thought maybe I'll do some stars up here or something. When I do the wizards, this is like a kind of wizard. This would be like an old wizard, like it has like his hat's cloth, and it has cloth things come down past the ears or something. Like here, I don't know. Did I say I'm underneath the weather? I still have the flu bug, so I don't know if I said that or not. But anyways, that's my excuse. So this will be the eyebrows. I like to make the hat just like anybody. Your hat is just, the brim of any hat is just basically above your eyebrows, isn't it? Like your forehead would be up here. It doesn't sit on top of your forehead. it goes down on top of your head, just above your eyes. So I think you could even make it so it's like right on the eyebrows and the eyes are right underneath the brim of the hat. Then our nose here. And this is going to be like a wood spirit wizard. It's not going to be like I can't carve real looking faces. So there's the eyebrows, the nose, then the beard, the mustache will kind of come down here, but we'll worry about that later. Now you have to remember, you only have a certain amount of depth. Like down here, we got lots of depth to carve, like into here. But as you go up here, because it tapers, it gets thinner. So we just have to do a light carving up here. But once we get down here, we can carve deeper. And yeah, so this is just to give you guys an idea. If you got to see an old crappy wooden lamp at a thrift store or something, or you got one laying around, what to do with it. You can carve whatever you want to carve on it. Carve friggin' Santa Claus if you want. You can carve friggin' Rudolph the Red. I don't know. Carve whatever you want. So I'm lucky today. I got a brand new Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr in here. These are my favorite burrs. Kutzalls, the Extreme Flame Burr. See, it's got all a bunch of little spikes on it. If you want to get a Kutzall, just go down in the description. Use the code carving or CFusion. Save yourself 5%. It will take you to the Kutzall site down in the description down below this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly carve on the outside of this cap. Another thing too that I should have said already. This wood has a finish on it. Like let's just hit it quickly. Yeah, this is freaking hardwood for sure. So see the finish, the color when I carved it. Most times it's good just to sand all of this and get rid of the finish and start with a new slate. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing that on this piece. I'm going to swear later because I didn't do it, and it takes a lot longer to clean. Because say the beard hairs, I carve them in, and then you're going to see some lighter spots, and you're going to see some spots with the finish still on there, and you got to get that finish off if you want. So I suggest get yourself an Orbit sander and sand all the finish off of it beforehand. Yeah, this is 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3 pieces glued together. I couldn't see the other line. So middle piece, 1, 2. Anyways, whatever. So let's carve around that wizard hat and carve up here and carve. Let's just start carving, put on our dust masks. Well, I won't put my dust mask on quite yet, but turn my Dremel up. Okay, so carve your line. Yeah, this is 100% maple. Carve your line, then remove the wood beside it. I'm telling you, this wire is already getting in my way. I bet you. Yeah, I can't take this. I have to cut this off. I have to get rid of it. It's just too annoying. Okay, the good thing is I got it off. The bad thing is that I had to kind of break this. I've never used one of these light things, but another good thing is that I got a replacement downstairs and it's black because I don't really like this white because this piece is going to be dark when I'm done it. Garbage. Back to carving. Okay, I just took a few minutes of my own time to carve around the hat. I think this nose is a little bit too wide, so we'll just draw it on thinner. Now, I'm going to do a light cut for the brim of the hat. Then I'm going to do a light cut where the eyebrows are going to go. Okay. Let's just worry about the brim of the hat right now. Okay, so now we have the brim of our hat established, right? So let's we can draw this nose back on. Just getting rid of that. That's what I'm talking about. The stain, because now already you can see that I'm wasting my time getting rid of it now. If I did, it would have been better if I got rid of it earlier. Now you can see that wood line where the glue line where they glue the wood together. That's not a big deal though. Okay, so there's our wizard, and this is a really simple wizard too. This is nothing. There's nothing complicated about this. It's basically doing the hat first, then doing your wood spirit face down here. And I got tons of videos how to do wood spirits in my playlist. Okay, you could make this a gnome lamp too. You could carve this because this is more like a gnome hat. Wait, I don't know if you guys can see from the shadowing, but this is more like a gnome hat. So this could be a gnome lamp. But let's go for the wizard type thing. So let's redraw our nose on. Now our eyebrows will be right here. Okay, on the side of your face, right here. So let's carve underneath the eyebrow line to establish your eyebrows. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, so my hat, it goes in layers, wood carvings layers. My hat, my eyebrows. Can you guys see that line there? Now let's remove below the eyebrows. Okay, so like I said, I don't know how well you guys are going to see there, but there's our hat. Now there's our eyebrows. We have the lines established. Now let's, well, I guess I'll draw the line back on for this video, but I wouldn't normally draw it on. So here's our nose again. So we got lots of depth here, like I said. So we're going to carve this nose and carve on the outside of the nose, like on this side of the nose, and then we're going to carve down here. Now, we're not going to carve the mustache on yet. The deepest part in the nose I carve is all down here, where your nostrils would be, right up here. I'm going to carve deep all around here right now. We're going to do a nice light line right here. Does that make sense? Because you got to establish the bridge of your nose. And definitely don't feel like you have to carve this little plastic thing. I hate it. Definitely don't feel like you have to carve as fast as I do, fast and heavy as I do, because that's a good way you'll break your flex shaft. Or if you're carving super hard wood, you'll dull your burrs a lot faster. So there you can see the nose. I got it cut in. So I'm going to remove all the wood around the nose. Yeah, this is definitely maple. So that's actually not that bad to carve this time. Just running around. What I was doing there is just running around trying to make both sides of the face equal. You see, I don't focus on one side. I'll work on this side, then I'll be watching this side, and I'll see something that needs to be changed over here. So I'm jumping from side to side. Okay, so there we got our nose established, right? So let's redraw our mustache on. You know, you can give it just different types of mustache. You can make it come off like this, or you can just bring it right down like that and do a lip like that. This one where you branch it off on the sides, the inside will be like this, and you'll give them a lip inside there. So we're going to go for that type. So carve on the outside of this mustache. We're going to go for this type, the more squared. And on this plastic thing, you might as well just chuck those things away. Okay, so I got those cuts in there. So I'm going to cut underneath the nose again. Okay, so I've established my cheeks here by doing that cut. Now I'm going to carve underneath the nose, remove more of this wood to get the nose to pop off more. And I'm carving the mustache underneath. So let me explain this. I know this is harder to see because it's a whiter type wood, but the line in here, I'm going to carve my mustache. This is your mustache in here. I'm going to carve this so it's underneath the cheeks, so I'm pushing it down inside there. Does that make sense? Can you see on camera? Where is it? Yeah, so I'm pushing it underneath there. So I got my camera mount up high this time. So, all right, so carve that mustache down. Take your time. Okay, this is like a gnome. This should be a gnome, actually. I think it is going to be a gnome. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to remove the wood on the nose. I'm going to remove the pen marks on the nose. Kind of shape the nose to how you want it. Okay, so there you go. I know this video is going to be rushed. This is going to be a long video too. Don't care. So the lip goes like this, then this. I try and so a normal person's mustache, you know, it comes way farther. So you got your this maple really absorbs the pen, so I don't want to do too much pen work. But you got the side of the nostril here and the side of the nostril over here. Those lines. The mustache would usually start down here, over past the width of the nose. But like I said, this is a wizard gnome thing. So let's carve here on the inside, like all this wood in here. Let's carve that, then we'll carve the bottom lip in. So the better you draw your lines on, the better you're going to carve it. Okay, so you got that carved in, so now start removing the wood inside the mustache. Sometimes you got to carve in there deeper. Keep removing the wood. Okay. I think it's time to take a little break. Take a look at this piece, see what's going on. Okay, so like I say on lots of my other videos, there's always good times to stop doing what you're doing, put your piece against the wall or where you can set it up so you can sit and drink your pop, your coffee, or whiskey, or tea, or whatever you're drinking, moonshine, and see what you like about your piece and what you don't like about your piece. So far, I'm pretty happy with the way this is going. It's looking more like a wizard to me. This hat's not really, it's just kind of such a simpleton hat, but that's kind of the way it is. On this, we don't want to carve too deep because we definitely don't want to carve through right there, right up there where it's going to be super thin. So we're going to have to leave that, but we can jazz her up later. So there you go. I think we're going to work on the nose piece now. So this is just for my thing, what I look at. So now look at the face here. Can you guys see what I see is wrong with this? Now look at this part right there. So come down right here and then come down right here. Now this piece hits the nose, but when you go up here, it goes past the nose. So what I have to do is I have to make this side the same as that side. Do you see what I'm saying? You see how this looks? The whole mustache looks like it's that way right now, too far that way. So what do I have to do? I could carve deeper and recarve this in shallower, but this easy fix is just kind of carve that out right there. And it will make them more equal, right? So next we're going to cut in the bottom lip. You do not have a smaller bottom lip looks better, a lot better than a bigger bottom lip. All right, so we're going to cut on this side, like down here, and we're going to remove some more wood down here to make your lips stick out. And another thing I look at too is this smile line that comes up the nostrils. I always make my nostrils too small, but that's all right. You're just having fun. So I look at like pretend there's an imaginary line across there. Make sure that those like this point and this point are the same height. The eyebrows look pretty good to me now. All right, does that make sense to you? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna remove some wood in here, make this mustache a bit wider. We're gonna cut in the bottom lip, remove the wood down here. Then we'll come up to the nose, cut those nostril lines in, remove some wood along. So because I'm going to be carving, it might be hard to hear me. I'm going to get my Kutzall, my bit. I'm going to go cut along here on both sides. Try and make. Then I'm going to remove some wood up in here to make your nostrils stick out more. Now I got the Kutzall. I believe this is the Kutzall Gold Burr. It's not as aggressive. So when you're working on the nose, I could do this with the Kutzall Extreme Burr, but I'm trying to slow down so you guys can see. Like when you're working on the nose and you're very beginning carver, just take your time. And take your time, enjoy the process, and it will all work out in the end. Even if it sucks, doesn't matter. You've learned something, right? Always try to get better at something on each piece. You do. So this time I might try to carve better eyes. I just don't know. Probably not because I've set this up bad. So, like, look, I don't have much room in here to carve like eyes. I should have made the nose longer, but that's just the way it is. That's the way she goes. Okay, so let's start off with making this mustache wider. Now this burr, so it's like a sanding burr almost. It's the gold one, that the gold flame burr. These burrs come in three different grits: the gold, the silver, and the black. The black's the most aggressive, silver's medium, and the gold is like it's really fine. So it sometimes can burn this wood. Okay. Now you see how this one's still, no, they're pretty good. See how it fixed that problem? Just that. Now let's cut the bottom lip in. Okay, so with this bottom lip, I'm going to dig into this corner, which means carve deep in there. Then I'm going to carve deep into this corner. That's how you can make their lip look round inside there. So dig deep. Okay, then dig deep here. Recarve the lip in. And just round it off. Make the lip a little bit smaller. And then take the mustache down too. Carve the mustache lower. The mustache doesn't need to be sticking that far off the face. See right here? So we're going to carve that lower too. Okay, so let's cut these. Let's do these cuts here for the nostrils. Okay, remove the wood. Kind of round the nose off a bit. Okay, now I'm gonna see how lower that mustache is now than the cheeks. And I'm gonna upcut inside here to give him the snot troughs, whatever discard Rob calls them. Okay, well that's not the best example of a nose, but it will do. Um, let's see here. I gotta fix it up a bit. It's kind of. So if you take the mustache down lower, you take the mustache down lower like this, then you gotta try and curve the lip in deeper. I'm having a problem with this side because that's where the glue line is for this piece. So there's a soft and a real soft and a hard spot there. So this nostril's kind of buggered up. It's all right though. Okay, now your side of the face where the beard comes off. You know, you can do it round like this. That's the way discard Rob normally does it. Does it round here? I think maybe we'll go for it this time like this, discard Rob style. So that will be our cheeks here. Now try and draw them on the same. And I can see already that this is well, this isn't the same. This is wider than this side here. So it's easy to fix that. You just carve deeper. But I think that looks okay. You can carve this deeper and then bring the hat out more here, or you can take this thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carve on this line. Yeah, we have to make this hot. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, you see that's cut there, and that's cut there. Now I'm just going to kind of round it off here. I look at here and I look at here to see if they're the same height. They look pretty good. Just going to kind of round it off. Okay, so there you go. See how much lower this one is than this side? This side's lower than this side. But it's easy. You just, I'm not, for myself, for my carvings, I don't like doing these round ones. I like them more kind of, I cut them in more square, and then I round the cheeks inside there. This is more like the friendly type for me. So I showed you guys how to do that. You can just carve this one a bit higher there. But so this is how I normally, and I'm going to go back to my normal kind of way. I'm not saying I don't like it, because I do like it, but it's just, it's not my style, and you guys will all come up with your own styles too, right? So I just kind of go down here. I do that straight cut here. Then I kind of, inside this area here, I just kind of chisel that away to make it look like a cheekbone. Does that make sense to you? So that's how you can learn both ways, I guess. Just keep on. So you see there? That's kind of the way I do it. Then you bring the, so you can, then you can start bringing down the, try and make both the sides the same. Don't get mad, just carve. Don't get mad, just carve, Rob. I didn't say I didn't like it, because I love it. I love it when you do it. I don't love it when I do it. So there's that. So yeah, so let's kind of clean up this nose a bit. Uh-oh. Remember how I said it's best to remove all the finish before you start the carving? Then it's done. Well, I had to, when I was into the carving mode, I had to go around the back and I had to clean it all up. So it's just best to do it at first. So this is what we got so far. Now I thought about carving this hat back here, but then how would you have like carving it all the way around and having hair down here? But how would you make the top of the cap? There would be no point, because, well, it would be just like it would have to stop right around here or something like that, or do something. But I just said I'll just leave it like that. So you can see here, I went on the outside of the beard, I carved deeper, and I removed some of the wood. Same as this side. I tried to make them as equal as possible. Here's a just carve Rob side view. Now, like I said, I was having problems with this wood in here because I don't know where. You can see where they glued it. The glue line's right there, and the wood was super soft. So this nostrils goes in a little bit more than that one. But it's okay. It still says what it is. This is a 1,000-year-old wizard that we're carving here. So cut me some slack. Now, I got the extreme flame burr back on here again. I'm going to do these beard hairs in 2 stages. I'm going to carve some deep lines in here, some deep pockets, like all smooth wizard lines, beard hairs, smooth, and then cross them and make some deep pits. Then you get these sets on Amazon. This is an aluminum cutting set. All right, so I've ordered a whole bunch of different sets. Now, the best one that I think you can get, here's the name right here, and I believe it's in my Amazon store listed below. The UFU tool. Inspected. These are the best ones that I've found since probably 7 years of wood carving, maybe even a little bit longer or shorter. I don't know. But here, this burr comes in this package. So after I do these big cuts in here, and I'll show you guys me carving it. I'll show you it after. Then this is the cylinder type one. Let's get some better lighting here. This is the cylinder type burr. All right. You get 2 of them in here, actually. You get a small one where my finger is right there. See, it's got a cutter on the bottom. Then you get the longer one. Now, this is good for age lines if you're doing a wood spirit up here, eyebrow hairs. So we're going to do the big cuts with the slow down, Jordy. We're going to do deep cuts with this Kutzall extreme flame burr. Then we're going to go along and we're going to refine the beard hairs with this bit here. Okay, so you don't use it flat. You don't use it like this. You use it on the corner, and you just do nice cuts. You let this bird do the work. This is a brand new one, so it's going to be super sharp. Just let the bird do the work and cross over your hairs. It's hard to explain, but hopefully you guys will be able to see by my video. And I'm sweating in here like a freaking sweatshop. Okay, so the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. Ignite the fan. You see how I pull with this burr? Pull and stop, pull and pull out. These burrs are meant for me when I'm carving with them. Like I said, don't feel like you have to carve as fast and heavy as I do when you're first starting. But the faster I pull these burrs, the better they cut for me. Unless you're trying to like taper, like get rid of that sharp edge, just take your time. But when I'm doing deep cuts, okay, so here's some deep cuts in here. Now what I'm going to do is get this burn slowly. It's just a straight line, right? We want to give it texture and movement in the hair. So I'm not going to cross it just like this. So I want this ditch in here, I want to connect it to this ditch in here. So I'm just going to slowly bring it across. See how slowly bringing it across works good? Slowly bring it across. Okay, sometimes for the mustache, you can see the mustache right here. I'll come up, up, and over. But then you got to make it deeper on the inside of it. See how that gave it movement too? Now your beard hairs. Okay, so that's that. You can get my point from that, right? Like get slowly cross it. And the same goes for when you're using that aluminum burr too. See how I'm even cutting? Like on this one right here, I'm going to cut underneath it, undercut. Excuse me. No, I think that's good enough for our. I think that's good enough for our next stage. All right, so here's the aluminum cutting burr in. Now this is when you just want to. Now this burr, it's kind of like carving with a knife. You have to watch the way the grain goes. You want to go with the grain. You don't want to try like it's hard to explain, but if you're a knife carver, you want to go with the grain, not against the grain. So just let the burr do the work. Take your time. Okay, so see here, I'm gonna have to do lots of editing here this part, but see this ditch in here? So I'm gonna let it roll into that ditch. So I know going this way like that will be against the grain, so this is pretty sharp right now, so it does okay against the grain, but when you're going against the grain, you're gonna see it get really fuzzy. Let's try it this way. But now I can't see as good because I'm getting weird shadows. So sometimes you have to adjust your light, like even turn because I got a light on this side and a light on this side. Sometimes you have to turn off one light so you get yourself some better shadows, so you can see what's going on better. See, that's the kind of effect that we're going for. Sometimes you'll feel this bird really want to dig in. Let it do the digging in, but try and pull it out slowly when it does the digging in. And another thing too, you get little stops and starts. You'll see little round stops and starts in here. I don't really see any right now, but if you do, just do all your beard hairs first. This is the way I do it. I do all my beard hairs first, then I look at it and get different shadows. Then I see where I did the stops and starts, and then you just turn your Dremel on and feather that out. What's that lip? Okay, so right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's a stop and start right there, right in here. So just feather it out. See that? See how it dug in quickly there? That would be a stop and start. Feather it out. Yeah, this does take a while, but you get some great results with it. Like I suggest, just let the bird do the work. If you feel it's not cutting that good, there's a good chance you're cutting against the grain, so just spin your piece. See how it cuts a lot better this way now? Nice and clean cuts. Like if it's not cutting clean, you're basically almost cutting against the grain. Okay, so I'll get this all done, and I'll be back. All right, so there's how you get yourself some detailed beard hairs. Now remember I said about doing the undercut underneath there? That's how you get them to rise up. It would be nice if I had some down here, but I didn't do it. I kind of just did it there. That could be his beard right there, just that. Now, for the real eyes, I can see on this side I kind of screwed up because like I said, I'm not blaming the wood, but it happens. There was a softer spot right here. I know this is soft wood right here, and it leads up. You can see the darker stuff is softer. So I think I'm going to struggle to carve the realistic eyes. So I think what I'm going to do is just basically carve something that looks like eyes. Now, this is a micromotor piece. I got this one. I'm not going to get into this one right now, but it's in my playlist. This is a RAM. So the best affordable micromotor on the market is called the RAM iCube. I believe it's like 200 American dollars. I'm friends with the people at RAM. I don't make any money, but if you go over to RAM, just like Google RAM microcarver, there's a code carving or C Fusion or Carving Fusion. You can email them to ask them what the code is to get 5 or 10% off. I haven't spoke to them in a while. I still hope they have that card. So it would be called the RAM iCube micromotor carver. The company's RAM. I got this. Another thing too, when you do these beard hairs like this, the real fine, I don't know why I made this kind of go down like that, but when you do the fine ones like that to make them finer, you can always get like a metalworking burr like this. They come in the sets of 10 like this. These are the aluminum cutting burrs, but you can get metalworking burrs that are a lot finer than the aluminum cutting burrs, and they're a lot cheaper too. You can always go around and clean it up with this burr too. This burr cuts really fine. So I think with the eyes, I'm not going to do a tutorial, but let's see here. Let me put the camera in the overhead and we'll just draw something out quick. So pretend you got your carving on your wood and you got your eye there. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it. Where's a piece of paper? There's tons of tutorials on YouTube how to carve the eye. So what you do is you draw it on like that. So here's one of them. You cut around this line here. You remove all the wood here, right, around this part. Make this up higher. This part would be raised off the wood. Then you round this off so it looks like there's a ball in a socket like that. Okay. Then pretend this ball in the socket's already out there. So there's your ball. That's sticking off the wood. Then you draw on your top eyelid and your bottom eyelid. So that would be your top eyelid, bottom eyelid. Now, pretend this is my burr. So you dig deep into this corner, dig deep inside there. Then dig in this corner, dig deep into this corner. So now you have it dug deep in here. Fuck. You have it deep inside this corner. You have it deep inside that corner. Now you just round it off, and that's how you make your eye look round inside your eyelids. So it's deep in here, and then it will look kind of square. Then you just kind of lightly round it off here, and it will look round in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on this one because that soft part of wood. And if you don't do good eyes, just carve them out. Give it, like I even said, maybe I should just make this guy have hollow eyes. Like, doesn't matter to me. If I do real eyes or if I hollow out the eyes, I think they both look. If you want to do real eyes, it's going to look more realistic. But I said from the beginning of this video, we're not going for a realistic looking wizard. We're going for if it's a wood spirit wizard or a gnome or whatever it turns out to be. Okay, so that's my tip for the eyes. Dig deep into the corners. Dig deep, then round it off. So I kind of went carving confusion crazy. Don't forget to sign your pieces. Yeah. I didn't even bother carving real eyes. I says, you know what? I'm just going to show everybody. Why the hell am I getting the Jesus light here? Damn it. There you go. I just kind of went carving crazy and just said, you know, I just got to get this piece done. I went over this with that Dremel bit, the silver bit. Then I sanded it with the sanding mandrel you get on Amazon. I think these are my playlists too. This is Scotch Brite on here, but I had sandpaper on the other one. And this is what I got. Now, how I did the burning here, lots of you have wood burning pens. You could use your wood burning pen, but for me, this is a lot faster. This is, once again, it's on the iCube micromotor. This thing spins at 50,000 RPMs. The iCube one, I think, is 45,000, but this is so much nicer than the Dremel, but it's a completely different carver. When I'm really digging in really deep and stuff like that, I'll use the Dremel. But when I'm doing finer stuff, I'll use this carver. But this is just a worn out diamond burr. So I just turn this on maximum and it burns the wood great. So that's how I did all the burning. There's a Viking rune I just made up. I don't know what kind it is. I hollowed out the eyes, put some eyebrows hairs up there, burnt inside there where you dig deep, dig deep. That burning will really show up later. Now, you see how I made this part different? I burnt around it. See, it's a different color than this color because that's where they glued it. So what I did, I just separated it and made it separated by the. Slow down, Jordy. I separated it with the burn to make it look like it's supposed to be there. This kind of looks like an old priest wizard, and I burnt all around it too. So now, how do you want to put a finish on this? How do you want to finish this? You guys can finish your pieces though the way you want to finish it. I think for me, I got some dollar store paint here. This black stuff. I like this dollar store paint because it's pretty runny and it gets into the deep spots quite easy. I think I'm going to paint all of this stuff black and then scuff it up after. And then I'm not too sure how I'm going to finish this wizard. Maybe I'll spray it with a clear coat and then give it a black wash. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. So anyways, I'm going to paint all this vase lamp stuff black and scuff it up. So yeah, this is not rocket science. Just I think I'll leave my initial clear. I'm thinking about using the poly shade that I used to use all the time, but I don't have any black stuff here, so kind of make that look like it's kind of something. I don't know. That's good. So how about I get this whole thing painted black, let it dry, scuff it up, and then I got to spray the face with a clear coat, then give it the black wash on the clear coat. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's hope it does. Sign your pieces. Hi, Glenn. All right, so that's what we got. So now is the time to give it a black wash. Now here's some diluted black paint with water, just the dollar store acrylic stuff there. I'm kind of leaning towards painting this whole face black and giving it a white wash. I just kind of like that effect too. You can give it any color wash you want, really. We'll see how this black wash goes. If it's I just don't know. I just don't know. Put the camera in the overhead. All right, so black wash, wood carving. You want to definitely get into the deep spots, like in the nostril, underneath the eyes, underneath the hat, the eyebrows, because that's where the effects are really going to show of the black wash. So make sure you get in there good. Make sure you see no wood color. So let's wipe it off here. Now, I'm just not sure. So let me do the whole thing. dry it off, and I'll be back. So I ended up taking it out. 3, 2, 1. So just Carve Rob's got better internet now, better Wi-Fi. He went with a different server, so there's going to be hopefully more Just Carve Rob videos coming out. So I ended up giving the whole thing a black wash, and I took it outside and sprayed it with that Rust Oldham, the satin finish. So that's what we got. It's kind of golden color. This maple. So this maple was fairly easy to carve, just because I don't like carving the local maple that we have here, but maple from around the world is obviously better to carve than the stuff we have from around here. So it just goes to show you that it grows different ways in different areas. So that's that. I'm happy enough with that. I could paint it black, do a whitewash, but I'm just happy enough with that. This is a lamp set I got on Amazon a couple weeks ago because I still got to carve a redwood lamp, but I will use this set for this lamp, and I'm not going to explain any of the wiring or anything like that because I don't want to be held responsible if you guys catch your house on fire or electrocute yourself from these wirings, but it should be pretty well straightforward. If not, look at YouTube, how to wire a lamp. All right, so I got it all connected. It's plugged in, and this one just has one of these things. So I was talking to Just Carve Rob, and this is what I used on my last lamp. These are like this is just a cheap LED bulb, but you see how this just loops around the bulb, and then you undo this cap here, then you put your lampshade on there. So that's the easy way to do it too for the lamp carvers out there in the world. Yeah, so that works. So all I'm going to do is screw this bulb in here. Sorry for the bad lighting. I had to take one of the bulbs out for my thing here. There you go. And there's your lamp thing on there, and it's pretty solid. Now, here's another pack of 2. Of course, I got to order 4 2 different times, 2 different kinds. But you get these on Amazon, but you got to make sure you get the right size for the right bulb because lots of the smaller lamps are for the smaller bulbs. So just do your research when you're going to buy these. Make sure they're for the right. I think these are like E26 bulbs. Now, here's my lampshade came in. This one, I think this one was like $30 or $40. But this one's kind of like has trees in it. It's metal, and the inside's kind of goldish. So let's put this on there and see how it looks. Here's the name if you want to search on Amazon. Olak, whatever the spelling is. Made in China, of course. And yeah, I think this was like $30 or $40 or maybe cheaper. I'm not too sure. But anyways, I'm going to get this on here and finish this video. All right, it's on there. Pretty neat, I'd say. It's thick metal too. So there's a Carve Fusion thrift store lamp. Let's turn her on. There you go. I think it's pretty neat if you ask me. Yeah, this Viking rune, I just invented it myself. I just carved in there quickly. Let's just say for people that buy it, if they ask what the Viking rune means, let's just say it means rest well. Yeah, rest well. That's it, everybody. Let's turn this light off here. There you go. Yeah, that tree one's pretty neat. Another rustic piece, rustic carving fusion, thrift store tree lamp. Bye, I guess you could say. Hope everybody's doing good and rest well. Winter's coming, thank God.